Hi, so this morning I'm going to be undertaking a breath test for SIBO. SIBO is short for small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. And in clinic we may perform that test if a client is presenting with non-specific symptoms such as diarrhea, bloating, constipation or flatulence, or any of the things that are associated with irritable bowel syndrome that actually we're not quite sure where they're coming from, and they could be coming from a bacterial overgrowth in the small intestine. So a breath test will help us to be able to identify if that's the case by measuring methane and hydrogen levels following ingestion of a substrate, lactulose. Now, lactulose cannot be digested in the small intestine by humans, but it is metabolized by bacteria. So if those levels rise during the test, then that is a good indicator that there may be an overgrowth in the small intestine. And clients with overgrowth in the small intestine may also present with other symptoms alongside symptoms of IBS. And that's because SIBO has been associated with activation of the immune system and also malabsorption of nutrients. So a client may well also have skin flare-ups or signs of inflammation, or they may have signs of malabsorption, so fatigue and mood issues, for example. So this breath test is going to be really useful in identifying whether there is bacterial overgrowth in the small intestine, and if so, then that can be targeted through nutritional therapy. Okay, so the first thing that you do is brush your teeth without any toothpaste. So next we are going to do the first breath test. That's before you've drank the lactulose solution. So you take your collection tube and the breathing bag, and you inhale normally, hold for 5 seconds, breathe out, inflating the bag, and after you've breathed out, you click this in and then you remove it within 2 seconds. Okay, so okay, so that's the first one done. So now you need to drink your lactulose solution. Okay, so once you've drank your lactulose solution, you then repeat the breath test again with the bag and the tube, and then you repeat that up to 6 times or potentially 8 times if your practitioners advise you to do that, and that's at 20 minutes intervals initially, and then reverting to 30-minute intervals following the schedule that's been provided to you in the test kit. So you need to make sure that you record every time you take a breath sample and that you follow the schedule here. So you see that it's every 20 minutes to start off with, and then it goes to every 30 minutes. And then you also need to make sure that each of your tubes are labelled with the time that you took the test, and then you pop them into this bubble wrap bag. Great, so that completes the test. Once everything's correctly labelled, make sure you package it all back into the box, and then you'll put it into the shipping bag provided, and then you need to arrange with your courier to come and collect the samples. The samples will be shipped back to the lab and they will perform the necessary tests, and once the results are in, your practitioner will call you back for a return consultation. And those results will be discussed in context of your signs and symptoms at your follow-up, and that will enable your practitioner to further personalise your nutrition and lifestyle plan. So if the test today is of interest to you, or if you resonate with some of the signs and symptoms that have been discussed and you'd like to have a conversation with us about how we can personalise a plan for you, then do get in touch. Our contact details are all on the website or in the bio at the link above. Thank you very much.